Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. So on this Sunday night, I can say that I have gotten my light valance structure in, with some exceptions, and I'll show those to you in a minute. But you can see here, you've already seen this section here. This is the drop down, this is the L&N interchange here, and the heads yard on the other side here. So there'll be a backdrop up across here to divide this from the other side. But as I walk around here, you can see how I've structured this. So I've got stanchions that come up with top plates here that carry these 1x2s on either side down. Oops, tripping over my tools. And you can see I've had to do some really fancy woodworking to get brackets in there and make this nice and strong. One of the things, if you haven't caught on yet, I did build this layout so if I had to take it apart, so there is a joint here, there's a natural joint here because this section here is a swing down out of the way should I need to get anything in and out of this basement, back basement area. And then you can see I've got my structure that extends 12 inches out on either side of this for the hidden staging area, and then the front. And you can see here I've got kind of, oops, if it focuses, geez, my backdrop mocked up. I think I showed that to you in a previous video. But you can see I finally got this whole main span in place. And I did this with building this one as a inverted T-beam. Yes, I am a structural engineer by trade, so took a lot of time to design this and come up with it, and it's functioning perfectly. If you remember from the last video, I had realized I had cut this thing, well, I thought I had cut this thing 3/4 of an inch too short. Truth be told is for whatever reason, I overthought it and notched this top plate out around it, which dropped it 3/4 of an inch. So I came back in and replaced this one, and now you can see it's now nice and level across there. So got my stringers in there, and down there on the far end, and then on this side as well, I've got my stringer in, and I've also got all of this structure in as well. So this is now permanently mounted. This is all permanently mounted, and you can see here I had to use a cleat here to try to keep these things level across here. And then I've got my little piece across there, and then I've used my cardboard mock-ups to kind of give you a feel of what that will look like. Two things I have noticed in how I did this, because I was keeping this 1 foot off of the backdrop to trying to cast, you know, a nice even light, because I didn't want, and some of you have commented on it, why didn't you just bring that all the way out to the front face? Well, part of it is I didn't want to feel like I was working in one of those shoebox dioramas that we used to make as kids back in the school days, right? I wanted to give it a little more room back and not make it feel so cave-like. One of the things I have noticed here is that there's possibly going to be some light deadness in this area because this thing returns back and then comes up this way. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. I may have to beef this out a little bit, you know, put something across there. We'll have to wait and see. There's also a same type of situation over here because of this corner extension here. You know, that corner back there, whoops, if I get my finger to point, is about almost 3 feet back, as opposed to being just 1 foot off of that front face there. So I may have to do something there as well. I haven't decided that yet. Again, I'll get the lighting up there and see how bad of shadow it casts on this front piece. And this one's more important because this is going to be my cement mixing plant here. 2 bay covered hoppers are going to come in and dump cement and take cement out and things like that. So, you know, that's really going to be a kind of a detailed scene there, along with that freight house that's going to be there, and then my passenger station there. So we'll have to wait and see how that's gonna turn out. But tickled to death. I did have to do a couple cleats here as well on the back of this, and that's basically to keep these things aligned. If these sections ever come apart, it'll be easy to pull them away. But you can kind of see, let me start back over here. I'll let you see the whole structure in detail. And just kind of walk around. Hopefully I won't make you ill. You can see the detail of how I built this and connected it across here. And I'm really excited to have this done because it's really starting to finish off the layout and how it looks. I particularly am really tickled about this because it does give kind of a visual barrier here, but I get lighting, good lighting across this whole section is the plan. And the other nice thing about this on this end as well is if you look at it from this end, I will now be able to cut these stanchions off, right, to match the terrain that I come up with for this mountain on both sides, and only this will be the visual barrier, so you'll be able to see through that, because I really want to do my little bear cave thing here, and a couple hikers being chased, but that's more to come. But you can see here, here's the structure. Again, if you saw my previous video this morning of me showing you how to cut that pattern, there's that piece in place now. And I will tell you that I did make one mistake with the pattern, and luckily I caught it, is this stanchion back here that's kind of on the angle was actually leaning in about a quarter of an inch too far. So luckily I caught that, and I made this, even though I'd cut the pattern already, I extended the pattern another quarter inch, and now it works beautifully. And so here's the rest of that structure, and it's nice and sturdy. I mean, I wouldn't stand on it, but it's designed to carry the weight, and possibly one of the two catzillas that tend to frequent and haunt down here in the basement. So all right, well, with that, I will let you get back to whatever it is you're doing. Hope you're enjoying your layouts, and we'll see y'all down the tracks. Bye, everybody.